is up. I'm running late. Running behind. Hold on. And I don't need these headphones. What the fuck am I doing? Well, yeah, alright, I sound okay. Oh my. Yeah, running a little late today. I'm not sure exactly what time Triple Threat and Garrett are coming on. But if it's soon, maybe we'll try to we'll try to do a live stream of a live stream. How's that sound? Oh, my neck still fucking hurts, which is annoying. And let me see if I can figure out how to do something here. I wonder if I'm running Riverside, so all this shit's going through that, so I'm not in the YouTube dashboard. But I want to see if there's a way I can throw chats up on the screen from hold on. We're gonna see if this works. Okay. Yeah, I think I finally figured this out after 2 years of having this. So I'm on point. There we go. Look at that. Please tell me that. Oh, what the fuck are these fucking commercials? Suck my dick. Fucking. Oh, now it's not. Now it's not. Okay, there we go. See, look at that. Boom, you're all famous. All of you, every single one. So, oh, we got a tornado warning. Do we? What part of PA? Hopefully not at my house. Because I need a tree that needs taken down. I don't want it to fall on my fucking house. So, yeah, dude, this weather's nuts. Why is my connection so shitty? Do I sound choppy, or is it just I don't care if, oh, Butler, okay. I don't care if my video is choppy. I just don't want my audio to be choppy. Yeah, no, my audio's fine. Bad audio is a deal breaker. Bad video doesn't really matter. Unless it's porn. Then it matters. But that's about it. So, I guess the big news of the day is on the Retic Nation. Jake, in his never-ending search for drama, got a Superdorf after explaining how gay they are. And now he's also talking about polygenics. So that's hilarious. Not that I have the copyright on genetics concerning... Hold on. Ryan's calling me. Hey, what are you doing?
Driving home. Don't forget to listen to that podcast tonight.
Yeah, I'm on the live stream right now, running my mouth about it. Is it 7 a.m. my time or their time? Because I'm on now.
Whatever the hell Mountain.
Oh fuck, dude, that's like whatever mountain time. Yeah, that's like 9 o'clock. There's no way I'm staying on here for like two hours and be 2 hours and 10 minutes. So we'll just talk shit on it and then watch it later.
There you go. Yeah, he'll be on tonight.
All right, cool.
All right.
Bye.
Watch you.
Later. So now that's it's not going to be on until later. But yeah, so that was the big news. Jake is in his never-ending search for drama, got a Superdorf, and is posting stuff about polygenic traits, while not knowing what the definition of polygenic traits are, which I will attempt to give it to you without looking at my phone. A polygenic trait is a trait whose phenotype expression is the result of multiple traits interacting in whatever combination they are, uh, and that's how you get a polygenic trait. It's more than a single gene. It's non-Mendelian. It's multiple genes, all contributing to a specific phenotype expression, and that's that's essentially what it is. It's called oh, what's it called? It's called something something expression. It's there's polygenic expression, then there's another term for it, which I forget what it is. So that's actually what it is. Yeah, you better be sorry you interrupted the live stream. So dude, you guys had a 40-degree. Oh, I'm gonna start throwing this stuff up on. Uh, yeah, you guys had a 40-degree swing in 12 hours. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I know. I can tell it's coming this way. I just heard some thunder, so I don't know how long. I don't know how long those. It's this live stream's gonna last before the internet goes out. And somebody said Jake doesn't have a brain. That's why he has to take everybody else's ideas. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Um, but yeah, it's yeah, like I was saying, polygenics is non-Mendelian, and they don't all travel together. They don't all sit on the same locus on a chromosome. So you know they can be spread out quite a bit. So that's what they are. And where are we at here? Yeah, this is fun putting stuff on. I'm glad I figured out how to do this. Okay. All those blood eggs still doing good. Yes, they actually there was a third one that had a decent amount, but there was two that were really bloody. And I took a video of the one came out. That both of them are darker, but I don't know if that's just because they were soaked in blood. And I took a video pouring out the blood of the egg after the one came out. So yeah. We will yeah, I'm going to be posting those on Instagram. I meant to do it yesterday and I forgot, so I'll probably put that up today. Uh, but yeah, no, I just got a kick. I just got a kick out of the whole. Dude, it wasn't polygenic traits wasn't in the vernacular um, before Jake or before I started talking about this in Retics, and then like these people that have been doing this a little longer, they want to come in and act like they were like talking about this stuff. They were never talking about this stuff, you know, and that's what's so pathetic about it. Quantitative, quantitative. That is the word I'm looking for. Quantitative inheritance versus Mendelian. That's what I was looking for. It took me a second there, or 5 minutes. So I don't know, but and I just saw a message that Brian Whitehead, of all people, decides to jump into the conversation. This is what's so crazy about the Retic Nation. They even allow that dude on there. Also, in regards to this, and maybe even partially what you're getting at, I don't know who he's talking to. It's important to understand that the difference between phenotypical and genetic allelic traits in retics. Obviously, something genetic can be allelic trait and can be passed on somewhat predictably. 50% of the babies will be tiger, 100% will be het ocelot. That's actually not correct. I'll come back to the tiger thing. And the phenotypical traits being something completely different, i.e., specific line bred for distinct color or pattern or something, predicting the outcomes of phenotypical type traits is certainly less predictive. Probably could have worded that a little bit different. This is pretty basic for people who have been doing retics for a while, but it can be a little confusing for newer keepers. Who the fuck is he? It's like, dude, this is the stuff that I get a kick out of. You got Brian Whitehead, who made a complete fool out of himself on fucking Triple Threat talking about shit. And now he's going to try to talk about phenotypical traits. But it's not. A phenotypical trait is just the phenotype. It's the outward expression of the genotype. So he's not. He's trying to sound smart, but he's not really saying anything. So it's like we all know that. And like one thing that isn't correct is um, when you're dealing with a dominant gene like tiger, because it's on the allele, it's actually a dominant because it only takes one. Dude, it can pass to like every baby, or it can pass to like no babies. It's a 50% on average. It can pass. And I'll give you an example. I did a clutch of phantom ternates, 8 eggs, 8 phantoms, like crazy. 8 eggs, 8 phantoms, and I've had really high rates of jags in clutches too, like 80% of the clutch. I've also had very low numbers before. Uh, those are averages. The only time you're going to get like 100%, which he mentioned, like ocelot, that's a het, and the reason you get that is because it's a recessive, but if it's a visual, then it's sitting on both of it, it's sitting on both of the chromosomes in the allele with the little allele connecting protein. So 100% of the babies get it. Whereas in tiger, that you don't always get that 50%, man. It can pass different ways. But there's a little bit more here. Both phenotypical traits and genetic mutations obviously play a massive role when we start talking about polygenics. That doesn't even make any sense. That's like him trying to sound like he's saying something important, but he doesn't know what to say, so he just tries to sound like he's saying something. Both phenotypical traits and genetic mutations obviously play a massive role when we start talking about polygenics. Well, then start talking about it. That was a statement. He made a statement, not an explanation. So I don't know. Somebody needs to get on there and send me some screenshots so I can make fun of all these people. Um, I don't have screenshots of everything on there. I'm going to go back through this here real quick, and it's important to understand the difference between phenotypical and genetic allele traits in retics. The phenotypical, I don't know why he's saying that. That's just the outward appearance, is the result of the genetic slash allelic traits in retics. That's how you get the phenotype. It's determined by the genome type and what's available. So I mean that sentence honestly doesn't even make any sense. Like at all. Doesn't make any sense. This is somebody literally trying to sound smart that has no idea what they're talking about. You can't really separate the phenotype from the genotype because it's an expression. The one's the expression of the other. Obviously, something genetic, being an allelic trait, can pass on somewhat predictably. 50% of, okay, yeah. And the phenotypical traits, being something completely different, they're not really different. Like the phenotype of a tiger is a tiger. The variation in the tiger is the result of the different genetics that make up pattern structure and their alignment, and then the tiger trait doing what it does. And, dude, he clearly doesn't understand any of this, i.e., a specific line bred or distinct color or pattern or something. I wonder what that other something is. Maybe small bloodlines. Predicting the outcomes of phenotypical type traits is certainly less predictive. No, it's not. I proved it's easy. You know, like all like this is the thing. Like all these morphs have a phenotype. He doesn't understand that. He thinks a phenotype is somehow not a part of this whole thing. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't. Wow, I don't know. This is why the Retic Nation needs to stick to fucking sick bro. They need to stick to their fucking sick bro comments. And the fact that they even let him in there is absolutely not surprising because it seems like Jake's goal is to keep fucking the Retic Nation the protective cesspool it's always been. Yeah. Yeah, but you see what he's doing there. You see what his mistake is there. He's trying to make a distinction between phenotype and genes like they don't have a phenotypical expression. Yeah. Well, yeah, hold on. Somebody said let me throw that up. I don't know. Yeah, yes. I think that's worth pointing out. Um, yeah, it's 50%. Yeah, it's flipping a coin every time. Yeah, it's like rolling the dice. And I don't think people understand that. They're like, no, you get 50% of this and you get 50% of that. No, it's like if you flip a coin, if you do it long enough, typically you get 50% of the times heads, 50% of the times tails. That's just how this works. So I don't even know that much about genetics. I know very little, but I just try to know enough to make sense out of what I'm trying to understand with my shit. Yeah, it's funny he only talks in the nation. Yeah, well that's because it's the only place where it's shady and the admins are dumb enough is the Retic Nation. Where else can Brian Whitehead go and say something completely nonsensical? And it's first of all, the fact that he's even allowed in there just shows you the nature of the admins. And then he can say something as nonsensical as what I just read, and the group's like, yeah, yeah, good point. Good point. The phenotypical is so much less predictive than the genetic allelic gene. Yeah, like that even means anything. It means he doesn't understand what he's even talking about. Yeah. Yeah, people are getting traits, gene, inheritance, and expression mixed up. Yeah, yeah. Well, the big thing is they think they're kind of like not connected. That's the other problem. Like people think, like some of these people trying to talk about polygenic traits right now seem to think that like, well, these aren't genes. These are like these aren't like a gene mutation. These are like this other thing that does this totally different thing. Well, I mean, they're not the same, but they're still sitting at a specific locus point on a chromosome, and the only difference is they're not traveling together in inheritance, and it's non-Mendelian. Like, so I don't know that much about it, but I just don't think it's that hard. I think if you do a little bit of research, it's just, they're fucking, I don't know. Yeah, I just don't know why they honestly can't seem to wrap their head around the phenotype being the expression, the actual like physical expression of the genotype. So I don't know. I don't get it. Hey Jason, if you want to add anything to this, feel free. You know, I mean, if I'm sure you'd have a field day if you went and read that shit that's getting said on the Retic Nation. So, dude, I'll tell you what. If you guys are ever listening to anybody and they're talking about this shit, dude, just ask them to explain themselves. Just ask them to explain themselves. And if they tell you they're doing all this stuff and they're doing all this selective breeding, say, really? Hey, can you give me some examples? Can you break down the pattern structure you were going for? And when they show you the animal they produce, say, no, no, I mean the animals that you use. What about their pattern structure? Were you looking for in this production? See, everybody does this weird like uh reverse explanation of selective breeding. They breed two snakes together, they get something that looks nice, and they're like, "Yeah, I was selective breeding. Like, here's the results." It's like, "No, you took a shot in the dark and it worked out." You know. I did a before I even bred those pair of ternates. I said I'm going to do a pair of ternates to make snakes that are going to have some back diamond separation, some good fall off, and they're going to have a back pattern structure that's going to help Aztec. I didn't do the breeding in hopes that it would do that, and then when it made those, being like, oh yeah, this is what I did. No, I said, this is how this works. This is going to be the results. I did it and said, look, see, here's the results. That's the difference between somebody who understands selective breeding and somebody who hatches something out nice and then claims it was the result of selective breeding. So I should have been like, well, see, this is the phenotypical, highly unpredictable result. If it would have been a tiger, it would have been, that's fucking dumb. But that is why the Retic Nation is dying. Because the older breeders that should have been educating themselves for the last 20 years have been jacking each other off with likes and fucking sick bro comments instead of learning. And dude, it's so hilarious to watch all the newer breeders, dude. And I know Jake's going to be having newer breeders come on his show. Dude, he's going to get fucking scolded by these people that have been doing this 2 years. Fucking scold. Like, he's going to have some new breeders come on. And I can tell you right now, I've been doing this a long time. A lot of the people that have just got in within the last 5 years know so much more about retics than the people that have been doing it for 20. It's fucking scary. I mean, it is fucking scary how much more the newer people know about retics, know about localities, understand selective breeding, understand sizing. I just understand all of it. You know, a lot of that's actually because of me. I'll take the credit because I put all the information out there for free. So, but do we want to take any bets on um how much of a train wreck uh how much of a train wreck uh Triple Threat's going to be tonight? What do we got here? What is that? They don't ask questions in the nation, too busy sucking each other off. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. That's pretty accurate. Well, that's what the Retic Nation is, though. The Retic Nation is kind of like, I kind of explain it like the cool kids table in high school at lunch that you're not allowed to sit at. Um, I kind of think that's kind of what that is. And they don't want to let anybody in. Dude, I'm going to tell you right now, the real reason, I don't care what they say. The real reason Jake is not letting me in the Retic Nation, it's not because I'm an asshole. It's not because I'm argumentative. Those reasons are helping in his decision, but the real reason is they want to be the ones that they want to be the top of the fucking pyramid. They know the most. They've been doing it the longest. They're the ones with all the answers. Because if I go in there I will crush all of them when it comes to fucking retic information. That's the real reason they don't want me in there. It's not because I'm argumentative and I cause problems, which is very true, but it's they want to be the top dog. Like they want to be the people that are like, oh, these are the guys with all the answers. And if I come in there, I'll just fucking make fun of them all, you know. And they don't want that. You know, if I went on, think about if I was on there right now talking about polygenics on that thread, dude, it would be a bloodbath, an absolute bloodbath, and there'd be nothing Jay could say or do because they couldn't say anything. You know, Weston puts on that fucking show too. Weston doesn't know shit about retake. Jake sadly doesn't either. And he's been doing it for 20 years. Okay, so what do we got here? We got some more comments. I'm losing comments for some reason. Okay, what does I say? No response on my comments on size either. The only source I used was ROR to show the issues. Yeah, well, they won't talk about that. They're not going to talk about shit, man. Triple threat is I did a couple of videos called short bus reactions or whatever. They're these, you know, that Bill from CNB that was selling some of Garrett's stuff. That is who he's with Levi and Lee, and they're nice enough. They just been taking advice from the wrong people, and it got them in an argument with me, and what was probably the best reaction podcast video ever done regarding retics. And well, they're on. Garrett's gone on tonight. He's gone on tonight, and the original plan was for Garrett to go on with Brian Watkins, because I guess they kissed and made up, and we were so wanting that to happen, but then it looked like Garrett backed out, which I said he would. I bet anybody any amount of money they wanted that it wasn't going to happen, and yeah, so it didn't happen. So he's gone on tonight. So this is going to be like, this is why it might be a train wreck, because if some people that are irritated with Garrett get in the comments and start saying shit, it might be really bad, because Bill, Lee, and Levi they believe everything Brian Watkins tells them. They believe everything Garrett tells them. So when Garrett says some bullshit, those three are ready to double down on that bullshit in Garrett's defense. So it could be a giant mess. Like, in an attempt to help Garrett, they could be like, yeah, explain how you made these snakes small. Explain how you isolated their small genetics in just, you know, a few years. Like, they could be come out trying to help and back Garrett, and then they're going to ask him a question that's going to end up exposing him as being completely full of shit. So I mean, you just saw that dude, that Dennis Collier or whoever, like trying to back Garrett the other day on the Retic Nation, and he just got fucking massacred, you know. So it could turn into a giant mess tonight, which is what I'm anticipating it doing. What do we got here? I'm in that group and I've never been sucked off. What do I gotta talk about? So if you want to get sucked off in the Retic Nation, what you got to do is you got to give them some fucking sick bro comments. Tell them they're the best, and you want to be like them. That's how you get your dick sucked in the Retic Nation. You just got to let them know. You got to let them know they're what's up. They're the best. They're the greatest. And then that, yeah. And they'll let you sit at the cool kid club and maybe give you a hand job under the table. What is this? No, it's because you made fun of my pulls. What was that? Who's that? Oh yeah, that's that's Jay Klotz's vagina. Oh my. For some reason, I'm getting more. This is weird. I'm getting more comments through Riverside from YouTube than I'm getting on YouTube. I'm not sure how that works. Too many idiots who don't know shit have YouTube channels blind leading the blind. Yeah, sometimes I fall into that case. But no, I mean, I'm always trying to learn shit. Um, so that's oh, I figured out what's going on. Anybody who's saying something remotely offensive, YouTube is censoring, but I'm getting it. So that's okay. You guys can say what you want because I'm still getting it through here. Oh, okay, it's a massive circle jerk of cackling hyenas. Yeah, it kind of is, and you know that's the sad thing about it. It's the Retic Nation's been around for so long, and finally Reed, Travis, and Gavin are kind of out of the picture. Kevin's out of the picture. Jay's out of the picture. There's all these like bad actors kind of out of the picture on there, and it could really take off. And it's not. And I don't think it's going to. I think Dax's group is honestly just going to crush the shit out of them. I think they're going to just crush the shit out of them. How do I watch Triple Threat? It's called. I think it's called Retic Rebellion. I think you go to Retic Rebellion and it's always live. Damn, I didn't want to stay up and watch that, but I might. If it's gonna be, if there's gonna be people on there talking shit, I might just jump back on and fucking do a live action, uh, live stream reaction to it. Um, somebody said, where did that go? Yeah, like all their snakes with a fire emoji. Yeah, that's yeah. You gotta get with the program, guys. I'm just gonna put this up here. This will make my life easier if I do this. All right. Oh, some Ryan said there is no way they will be able to leave the comments on. That's what I'm wondering. That's what I'm wondering. I'm thinking that they might turn those comments off, and they're going to be worried about me, and it's not going to be me. I'm just going to be laughing at it. I think it's because YouTube filters comments. You can filter by top comments or all comments. Yeah, but fortunately, all the mean comments and appropriate comments are coming through to Riverside, so that's all that matters. No, I don't mean no, not that Kevin. I'm talking about Kevin McCurley. Talking about Kevin McCurley. Yeah, Dax group is awesome. Yeah, I think it's a really good group. It's a completely different group from like next gen. Next gen is, kind of like further down the line for people that are new but are very focused on selective breeding. So, yeah, yeah, I'm going to try to do a live reaction video. I'm gonna try to do a live reaction. But I have not heard from Spencer all day. I am amazed I've not heard from Spencer all day today. I don't know. He must be busy with his 5 kids. I've not heard from him because I know he was excited for that. Yeah, you watch it so we can watch without giving them views. I will bet money that if I live stream reaction to video to it while it's happening, that there will be more people watching it on my channel than theirs. I can bet money that will be the case. Because they even had Wiccan's Wicked Reptiles on there, and they hardly had anybody watching. That guy's like a millionaire from doing fucking shill tube type stuff. Yeah. I like the detailed comments dispelling the horseshit people spew and then correcting those statements. Yeah, we all like that. What happened to Nerd? Well, kind of what happened to Nerd is Kevin got too many. He did, dude. The fatal flaw of having, being a kid in a candy store with this stuff. That's what happened. He got too much stuff, and he got a giant facility, and things started going downhill, dude. That is, I was talking about that the other night. Somebody asked a question about like Garrett's success and why I wasn't there and blah blah blah, and it's like, well, if you do this long enough, you realize that getting a giant facility and a ton of animals and a ton of overhead and a ton of employees, that's not a sign of success. That's a sign of poor. That's a sign of a very poor business decision, because the reptile industry is completely dependent on expendable income. So everyone talks about, oh, there's always these waves of up and down and this and that. It's like, well, no, the waves are that's the economy. That's what the economy does. It goes like this. So that's why the reptile industry goes like this. Because when it was COVID, we got the COVID check that went way up here. And I'm like, you guys are fucking crazy. None of these snakes are like, this is completely unsustainable. Then the free money came down, well, and then the inflation hit, well, further down, and it's just been that was such a predictable thing to see. And I watched so many people get into get it, like, just spend massive amounts of money and all this stuff, and like, it's like, dude, this is not real. Yeah. Adam may not have promoted it too much on his page. I don't know. Yeah, that's the thing. If I think Adam could have promoted that, or what Adam should have done is he should have just done a joint live stream and helped them out, because I'm sure that was all set up by Garrett, because Adam likes to. Dude, he's given me shit before because he thinks Garrett walks on motherfucking water. But they all do that though. Like all those shill tubers, like whatever gets the views, whatever gets them money, like that's why I don't really like that Clint's Reptiles. Like, he seemed like a nice guy, but once I started seeing him just like promoting stuff because it was clear that he got free animals or got paid, it's like, eh. It's like, you're gonna sell out for a fucking supposed parthenogenic fucking weird looking retic from Garrett. Like, come on, dude. Like, if you're gonna sell out, man, make it worth your while. Not for a $500 fucking snake. It's not like you're not gonna rob the bank for $1,000. You know. No, contrary to popular belief, he cannot walk on water. A shill tuber is a term that I don't even know if it's how popular it is, but it's a term that some people use for the people that do product reviews of products they get for free, or businesses that give them stuff, or businesses they're working for, and they always just give this like amazing fucking review. Like, there's never any criticism. It's always like, this is amazing product. You need this product. You see it a lot in electronics. Like, you see it a lot in camera stuff. But that's a shill tuber. They do a podcast type where they make content and they just review products and just basically tell you how amazing it is. And it's because they're getting paid on the back end, or they're selling that product and making their money that way. What's up? Waiting for the Halmas. The Halmas are on day 82-ish, and I thought they were going to start hatching. The eggs are already sunk in. The shells are really, really soft. I actually just put them into a different egg box and put them in I have a small piece of shit incubator. So if I have like a clutch ink like hatching out right now, I can just put it in there, and then I don't have to open and close the incubator to get snakes out and fuck with temps and destabilize the other incubator. So it got moved into its own incubator today, and they should be hatching any day. They were warm too, dude. They were running close to 89, so I foresee them hatching, quite directly. I'm surprised they actually didn't pip already, so we'll see. I'm always ahead of schedule on when I think things are going to pip. Sometimes they go before I expect them to, but I don't know. You're still always in a hurry for some reason with this shit. Hold on. There we go. I gotta get that one up. All the public approval of Garrett and by the names in the industry, I'm sure, will start falling out in the next couple years or so when all his angry customers come out with their... See, well, you know what they're going to do? eventually these people are going to start giving shit to the shill tubers. That's what's going to happen. The shill tubers are going to be, they're the ones that are going to get pushback. When Clint's Reptiles, when some fucking soccer mom watches Clint's Reptiles and buys their fucking idiot 10-year-old kid a retic off of Craigslist that was a pretend Superdorf and it rips his fucking face off. That's when that's going to be the backlash. So, even like Snake Discovery, dude, they make so much money. Snake Discovery makes so much fucking money. It's ridiculous. Dude, my best friend was telling me about axolotls. I'm like, dude, how do you even know about these? He's like, wow, my fucking kid watches this stuff on this Snake Discovery show. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. So, oh my. Shirt is dope AF though. Yeah, I know. Spencer, I was just talking about you. I said I haven't heard from you today, and I was surprised because the triple threat thing's on tonight, and I know how excited you are for it. Yeah. Yeah, see? Now you've heard from Spencer. Who said, bros, nothing happened to Kevin. He's already a millionaire. He's just downsized to have less work and less paycheck. Yeah, less paychecks to pay. No, Kevin is kind of fallen from grace. Like, that's not exactly true. There's a reason you don't see Kevin. There's a reason you don't really see Kevin on nobody's inviting him on the Retic podcast anymore. Um, because everything he lied about OGS being from Jam, uh, GC being from Solayer. What the hell was his other one? Anthrax being from Solayer. Like, all his lies got exposed. So, like, everybody knows he just fucking lied about all this shit in Retics. And then there was some shady shit going on with his emeralds and some Bolin's pythons that kind of got mislabeled as captives and, big money there. Nah, man, like, Kevin has fallen off big time. Big time. And he can't even afford to, run that place the way he used to, because see, Nerd, like 15 years ago roughly, they were crushing it on the retics. And now, I mean, they were crushing it on the retics, they were crushing it on the ball pythons. Um but they've been overshadowed so significantly by people like Canova, Bob Vu, all of them in the ball pythons, that Kevin's really not that relevant. And Kevin also never really learned. Andy Dietz was the one that did all the breeding back then. Kevin really didn't do shit. So they fell off hard with the retics, and Kevin had helped out Aubrey to take care of his snakes when Aubrey had some personal things going on. And so Kevin had got the ocelot gene and this and that, but he wasn't really able to do a whole lot with it. So, yeah, if he wants my axolotls, he can have them. Yeah, I'll let him know. um, so yeah, I mean, no, Kevin, I there's a reason you don't see Kevin asked on podcasts. Like the Retic Nation crew, like they used to walk around with his dick in their mouth fucking 24/7, and they don't even do that anymore, you know. And it's really hard for them, like Jake's really, going hard with the uh Retic Radio podcast, which I think is actually pretty decent. But even Jake's in a position where if he brings Kevin on and he starts trying to tell some bullshit story about some of this stuff being these localities or not, dude, he'll get murdered for it. I wrote Clint Reptiles asking him to reconsider his position on SDs after just having interviewed ROR. Nobody, yeah, yeah. You're not gonna hear back. You're not gonna hear back, dude. That's how Clint makes his money. That's how he needs views and sponsors and products and affiliates. Like, dude, that's how these people making their money. Didn't Kevin's employee put him to on? Well, I mean, Kevin's employees have. I don't know. Kevin is usually really nice to his employees, from like what I understand. But he gets so much stuff. Like I had now. In all fairness, this was a disgruntled ex-employee and a disgruntled ex-girlfriend. She was dating one of the dudes at work there, and she was working there, and they broke up. Then she no longer worked there. So take that with a grain of salt. But she sent me a bunch of pictures of all this dead stuff up at Nerd, and she was telling me, she's like, dude, Kevin's a fucking hoarder. Like, he'll get in like 20 fucking Guyanan or Suriname red tails off a cam, and then there's nobody here to take care of them. They end up dying. Like, dude, I had tons of pictures of just dead shit in containers, and like there was just nobody to like do the work and take care of the stuff. And yeah, I mean, that stuff all got posted too, and it kind of got blown over. But I mean, this was the same time Kevin was still, this was like when Kevin was selling retics produced by Samson. He was selling like fake fucking super dwarfs, that were clearly 50 percenters, selling them as pures. Like, yeah, yeah, everybody's kind of on to old Kevin these days. Uh, yeah, I don't think he's a millionaire either. Based on based on the way he spends money, and he did a video saying like how much he was downsizing, saying his electric bill could hit like $14,000 in 1 month, and I was like, well, see, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, these people that made it because they got this big facility, that dude, that ends up just being a fucking giant anchor around their neck, just dragging them back down into poverty. That's all it ends up being. So yeah, yeah. Tonight we're also going to find out how many people have been waiting to fuck with Garrett. And I'm not saying go fuck with Garrett. I'm not advocating to fuck with Garrett. I'm just saying we're going to find out just how irritated people are with Garrett tonight. So, yeah, we're going to find that shit out sooner or later. And it might be sooner, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Yeah. Uh, do you think Garrett paid him to do the video? Yeah, in one of the videos, uh, he even said Garrett like bought in or something. So yeah, Clint, they all get paid to come to Retic Fest, or they at least get the trip paid for. Dude, these people are not going to Retic Fest for free, unless they're making money. Yeah. Um. Yeah, Kyloto that were 14 feet. Yeah, yesterday's videos were fun. If you guys didn't catch yesterday's live stream, you might want to might want to go check it out. Yeah, going commercial puts the animals last and makes your overhead an anchor. Dude, it fucking it destroys it. It absolutely destroys it. 100%. What do we got here? People don't know when to take the money investment elsewhere. They all just scale then crash and burn. Yeah, yeah, because there's a really fine point. There's a really fine point in reptiles where they confuse a good season with a strong industry, and that's not the same thing, because you can have a good production year, but if you're not producing the right stuff, or if some other shit is hot that season and you don't have it, your production is actually holding you back because you got so much of it, and now you got to feed it and nobody wants to buy it. So, yeah. Wasn't Kevin selling stuff for Samson like 5 years ago? That's probably were fake SD purple albino GC. Yeah, no, he was 100% selling. I don't know if that's where that fake ass snake came from, but no, he was definitely selling pure super dwarfs that were visibly weren't pure. Clint should write children's dinosaur books. He looks like that's the kind of book he would write. And I don't really have a problem with the dude. It's just like, you know, if you're gonna let people pay you money to promote their shit, maybe put that in the put it in the fine print. Because I think you have to actually disclose it. Well, I know you have to disclose it because when I post videos, since I'm monetized and getting super rich off of fucking YouTube now, it has to say, were you paid for this? Were you given anything? So dude, I guarantee he's clicking yes. Yeah, I hope they don't shut the comments. Someone said, I hope they don't shut the comments off. If you have to hire employees to take care of your animals, you've gotten too big. Yes and no. I mean, if you need like 1 or 2 employees, that's cool. But like when you got like 10 employees and now you're completely hands off, that's like, what's the point? Here's an idea. Start a GoFundMe. You all give me money. I get to building in 2.2 of every locality. Y'all fund me and hold on. Y'all fund me to raise and feed all of them, and we'll see how big we can get everything. Well, I don't know if we're gonna need to do that, Brian. I need to bump this up to 20 seconds, all right? Because I read at the pace of a blind illiterate. I think we're already going to see that. I think you got Weston, who I think worked out a deal with Garrett to get a snake and feed the shit out of it. Paul just got a Kalatoa, and Jake just got a TK Kalatoa. Like, dude, fucking that's just that Retic Nation behavior. Like, Jake Shane's still calling TKs pure Kalatoas. You know what I mean? It's like, why would you even? It's like they just die on hills. Yeah, all that ad revenue, baby. Yep. I wish I got more of it. I run an ad blocker. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, I don't. I should. I should. See, there's a lot of people on here tonight. There's 34 people. Where are we at? Did Weston and Garrett agree to that? Rumor has it they did. I mean, Garrett, I don't see how Garrett could pod, like, he might, rumor has it they agreed to something, but I could see Garrett backing out. You know what I mean? I could totally see Garrett backing out. So he already backed out of the thing with Brian. Did you just say Weston worked something out with Garrett to get one of his animals and feed it right? There's a rumor. I just heard a rumor. I don't know if it's true or not. Well, he also talked about it on Jake's podcast, saying there's something in the works. I'll have to look into that. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. Ads suck. I was gonna get like YouTube TV or whatever. That shit's expensive as shit. I was like, fuck that. Yeah, but there's 34 people on here. Out of the 34 people, who plans to comment tonight on Triple Threat shit with Garrett? I'm really curious to hear who plan. I'm not gonna say anything because if I say anything, it'll go down. It won't go. They'll just pull everything down. They'll start banning people. Brian Whitehead moans when he eats hot dogs. I could see that. I could see him just lying about hot dogs while he eats them, about how like he invented hot dogs and knows everything about them, and starts talking about the phenotypical traits of hot dogs and how he understands them better than everybody else. Man, around 10 years ago, Kevin sold me a ball python effect. Ended up contaminating part of my collection. Yeah, there was something a long time ago that was rumored to be going around, and I think this was before Nido was really understood. There was a bunch of ball python people that were like getting accused of spreading stuff through the whole country. What do we got? I posted to my story that Weston challenge video and tagged RR and Garrett like my story, so who knows? Haha. Yeah, I think they're going to do something. But whether or not, I here's the other thing about Weston. Weston's all about Weston. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can be all about yourself. I'm pretty keen on how amazing I am. But I don't think Weston actually cares about any of this. I think this is all marketing for him. He's just a cool dude with big snakes. Like I think this is all just like, how can I get in front of the camera and talk and get everybody to tell me how awesome I am? Because like Weston's like if you fuck with Weston long enough, like he'll like throw it in your face. He's got like the largest personal following in retics. But the problem is his following is like the same people that watch Jay Brewer videos. So it's like, oh, you have an army of idiots and assholes watching you. So like, what does that equate to? Not much. So, um, it's on. I think it's on in an hour and 20 minutes. I think. I don't know. I don't know time zones. Whatever mountain time zone is, I don't even know. I think that's 2 hours. Oh, 2 hours behind me. So no, but I mean, Weston honestly he's all about Weston, and I think he jumped on this because he's doing some breedings this year, and this is a way for him to sell snakes. I mean, how the fuck do you just fall off for like 2 3 years, and then all of a sudden you're like the voice of a reason and authority in retics talking about selective breeding. It's like, well, you've not done any selective breeding, Weston, ever. You bred big snakes together. That's, I mean, I guess we can pretend that is selective breeding, but it's really not. Depends on how gay that episode is, lol. Well, I think, I don't know if it'll be gay, but I'm sure it will be very special. It will be, it will be the Special Olympics of podcasts. That's for sure. This is funny. I'll ask him about my 14-foot 62.5 that came from him. That will be hilarious. Is it 62.5 super dwarf or dwarf? It doesn't matter either way. He said it was only going to get fucking 10 foot or less. Who is? I won't be home for the next week, so maybe plan to ship like Monday. Go. Okay. Um. What is this? Why am I getting a thing about Trump? Trump urges Senate Republicans to go for the gold and terminate filibuster. Pass Save America. Whatever. Trump needs to just get in a time machine and go back to like how he acted his first term. Man, that's neat. Curtis just sent me a picture of his Philatoa from a few years ago. That looks really neat. That looks really neat, actually. I'm really excited to see the Felucus that I got. Oh, I'm missing some stuff. Where are we at? Yeah, he's a phenotypical expert on wieners. Yes, he is. Yeah, dude. I think, well, it's the second most anticipated podcast of the year. The first most anticipated podcast was Garrett and Brian Watkins, which I'm still willing to chip in money to make this happen. Like, if, like, I won't even comment or nothing. It's just make it happen. I would love the ultimate this is the ultimate podcast. Garrett, Brian Watkins, Brian Whitehead, Samson, and Lucas. That is the ultimate podcast. If you could get those guys, Brian and Brian, Garrett, Samson, Lucas. That's the all-star 5 banger that I would pay $500 right now to see that podcast. I would literally pay $500 just to watch it. And just to watch a crazy person, Brian, and then 4 compulsive liars, manipulators, just blowing smoke up each other's assholes. I would love that. I would love that. Hold on. Let me get this one up. Let me guess how that podcast is gonna go. I have the smallest star of 3 ticks. Yeah, dude, and this is what's gonna get him into trouble because Bill, Levi, and Lee all believe wholeheartedly that shit, and they're gonna double down, and be like, "Yeah, Garrett, explain how yours are small. Explain how this is the right type of feeding," and then he's just gonna make a bunch of content for me to make fun of. Okay. Dude, there are so many comments coming in that I'm like having to scroll back to stay up with them. So sorry if I'm missing anybody's. Which version of Garrett will show up tonight? And that was immediately followed by this one. Drunk. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, you could. Yeah, dude, that's the best way to do, Spencer, is just be like, you know what, can we set the record straight once and for all? Do you consider Kaiwadi's Dorse or Super Dorse? Just set it straight, dude. Your 62.5 is 50 and 12.5. Yeah, I would definitely ask him about that. I would ask him, be like, so. So which were these bloodlines you used? Because these must have been bigger bloodlines that you used for this one. Here, I'll try to show his full of toe. Hold on, I'll try to show it. There. And it's a nice snake, ain't it? There. Okay. Do those two like each other? Which two? Which two, James? Which two? So many narcissists that nothing would be about anything tangible. Yeah, I know. That's what it would be. It would just be like just straight shady people just trying to, like, I don't know, promote each other while stabbing each other in the back live on a live stream on a podcast. Yeah, that's what I need to start doing. I need, if that dude, I don't know. Maybe I should charge money for a private live stream of me reacting in real time to Garrett's shit tonight. You need to go live when they are live. I'm thinking about it. Well, that's why I kind of fucking fell asleep because my neck hurts like shit. I didn't get any sleep last night because of it. And I woke up. I was like, fuck, I got to eat. It was already 6. I was like, well, I think that thing's at 7, so I'll jump on a little bit before. Then Ryan called me. He's like, dude, that's shit 7 fucking out here at Mountain Time. I was like, God damn it. God damn it. Yeah. There you go, Curtis. People like your Philatoa. It is a neat snake. They believe TKs are Kalatoas. But they believe TKs are Kalatoas spelled wrong. You have to spell it wrong. If you're going to call a TK a Kalatoa, it at least has to be spelled wrong. I think that's fair. Okay, when are you going to do another reaction video to Samson's old van videos? Hey, next time is that's Spencer's baby. So next time Spencer wants to do one, we'll do one. Oh, Brian and Garrett, they didn't get along. And then apparently they started getting along. So I don't know what's up there. Uh, can't wait to hear Brian K. Brian Whitehead say K 200 times. Yeah, dude, I, dude. Brian Whitehead is entertaining. Like, yeah, I wish he would start a podcast. I honestly wish he would start a podcast. Yeah. What do you got? Shitty sales guy, bullshit artists all together on podcast to talk over each other like they have ADHD. Yep. Oh man. Samson would totally control the conversation. That's what would happen. Okay, I've watched a lot of the Retic Lounge and I felt so bad for Nathan. I don't know much about the guy, but they would bring people on and then the whole time Lucas just talks like yeah, that's kind of Nathan though. Uh that's kind of there's the follow up to that question or that statement. Uh yeah. Nathan was Nathan didn't exactly bring the energy to the uh to the Retic Lounge. What's that called? AMSR, where like it's people talking real quiet into the mic. Like we used to jokingly say that was the AMSR Retic podcast you can fall asleep to. She's an Anna Ray Motley. I got her from Lucas, but he got her from Garrett, and she's oh yeah, that's a big snake. I know exactly. Um. Uh. Yeah. No, that's I know that snake. I don't know why dude. Lucas had that snake and was like ready to breed, and he got rid of it. I don't understand why he didn't. He at least try to breed it. I thought that was strange. What do we got here? I hatched out 18 chickens this morning. Gonna sell some and grow the rest up to feed snakes. There you go. We need Jay on a podcast. Yeah, yeah, Jay would be funny. I don't know if you've ever seen Jay try to talk about snakes, but that's when you realize like how dumb he is. I mean, he's dumb enough that I don't like calling him dumb. Like you don't call a retarded person retarded. Like that's that's he's pretty dumb. I'm trying to map a plan for after the Golden Child X Tribal. I plan to hold back most of the clutch because they will be past at Purple Snow. Where do you think I should go after that? Um, well, I guess you're gonna have to wait and see how they. I would be real curious to see what it does to color and pattern because you're still gonna get some back pattern bleed through. Maybe a hair, and it'd also be neat to see the head stamps too because the Philippines already have a lot of black on the head. So I would definitely like I'd sell off the normals as pets. But after that, and I keep forgetting to send you a link to send me money, and since it's me getting money, you think I would remember. Um, but no, yeah, I'd just hold on to it. I would let them color up or color down or see what they're gonna do, and then pick your holdbacks from there, and then put together a plan. I already posted that. I don't know why I did that. He could be the interview. Yeah, that would be fantastic. If you could get like Samson, Lucas, Garrett, Brian, and Brian, and then have Jay Brewer as the moderator. How fantastic would that be? ASMR. That's what we're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, old Tim was the snake guy. Jay just saw it. Yeah. And Tim, I don't even like him anymore. He just seems like he's just getting paid and just making snakes to die. So fuck Tim at this point. Everyone's like, he's such a good guy. It's like, yeah, well, so were the guards at fucking Auschwitz. Oh damn, you can imagine getting all those folks together in the same room. Yeah, that would be fun times. Oh shit. What do we got here? If Mocha Anthrax Tiger is a male, I'm going to breed him to the Philatoa girl. That's cool. Then once I have half dwarf visuals, I want to get a ternate pair to go with produce 70. Okay. That's a cool project. That's a long ass project. You need to if I produce something you like, let me know, cuz I might want. How many Mocha Anthraxes do you have? Cuz I don't even want a tiger. I don't even want a tiger. The whole reason I'd want a Mocha Anthrax is to plug into my Super Dwarf Anthrax, because I know they're going to be high silver, and I actually want to use Mocha. I know most people are using albino to get like bright colors. I actually want to use Mocha for more silver. I really think that they're going to have a real interesting look on some Super Dwarf stuff. The head stamp on my GC is crazy, and yeah, I'll remind you later about that link, which I'll probably forget again. But yeah, I actually wrote it down. I got a notebook just to write all this stuff down today because I couldn't find where I was putting everything. Every person watching this podcast knows more about reptiles than Jay. Yeah, Jay kind of is dumb. Tim, he's the retic breeder at Prehistoric. He's been there like for fucking ever. Who's going to Retic Fest, ROR Retic Fest this year? If I have time and feel good, I'm going to have Rodney's Retic Fest the same weekend. So that way Duran, because Duran will only be 2 hours away. So Duran can come up. If Rob's in town, he can come up. Damn, just one. That's brutal. Brutal. Next Gen Fest needs to be a thing. Yeah, I know. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Because we got Randy, we got Andrew, we got Sean. Paul Lucas actually isn't that far away. He'd drive up. He'd probably come up. And there's then Anunnaki. They're not that far away. I think that JIM, Jim, I think he's actually kind of close. I don't really talk to him too much, but but that's the thing though. If we do a Retic Fest, it needs to be about fucking keepers and breeders hanging out. I don't want it to be like everyone, okay, come to my house and put deposits on stuff. I don't want to do that. Like if we're gonna hang out, then we're hanging out. I'm not fucking working all weekend. That's for sure. Are you going to produce any more Apocalyptos? I am producing. Technically, I'm not. Andrew is making something we're going to call Apocalypto Plus. We took all three of the bloodlines that go into Apocalypto and we're adding a fourth bloodline because it's very similar to one of those wild caughts that makes Apocalypto. So we're going to try to add a little bit more genetics to it. And we should have something similar. And that's not even the one I'm excited about. The one I'm excited about is something we're going to probably call the Blackout line. We're going to hopefully the genetics line up. They're going to be nice, I can tell you that. But we're hoping the genetics line up in a way that we're going to start seeing 4 scale stick of black, like a steady 3 to 4 scale stick of black. I started this project. I originally started this thick black project back in 2018 when I first started breeding ternates. The first season of breeding ternates, I produced some stuff and I bred them together because how thick their black was. And then 2019, I did another breeding to get some nice thick black. So this is a 2018 male bred to a 2019 female to do this. And like that's the like. And Fractalis is actually an offshoot of the whole project. Fractalis is actually an offshoot of the project. Fractalis was more based around back pattern because I was able to get a really, really crazy back pattern. And so I went that route first. But now I'm taking it back strictly to try to get a crazy amount of black. We're hoping and it is possible. It's not a guaranteed because if you listen to Brian Whitehead, he talks about how phenotypical traits are not as predictable, but it is possible for us to hopefully make the most black we've ever seen on a normal retic. I'm hoping that snake is in one of those eggs. Okay, you guys should do a VOD for the video breeders that gets into all those sides of moving animals, like wholesale, web cell, vetting, anything you can think of. Yeah, we need to work on some stuff. Me and Spencer have been slacking. We've been slacking. And the other thing is, I don't want to do a podcast just to do a podcast. I don't want it to just be like, well, we got to do a podcast this week. So it's got to be like somebody that produced something cool, or we're doing something cool. Like, I don't want to just do podcasts to do podcasts, because it gets real dry and gets real old very quickly. And the only reason this is working, the only reason my daily fucking live streams are working, is because I just come on here and like talk shit, and you guys come on and talk shit, and we have fun, and like that's the only reason this is working. It's a little. This is actually 10 times easier than a fucking podcast. I thought it'd be 10 times harder, and it's just the opposite. Okay, did J Prehistoric Pets still selling retics to the U.S. customers? If he is, I don't know who the fuck's buying them. J Klotz Vagina, you are always welcome at Next Gen Fest. Yeah, he might be running stuff through Bob, you know, because they do a lot of overseas stuff, but I don't even know. Like, I'm guessing he's just, I know he's selling a lot of stuff, because he's going over to the Middle East. Boy, it'd be great to get in there. And that reminds me, James, we got to get on this export shit. We got to get on this export shit. There you go. Noah's driving out. And then James is coming up too. There we go. See, we got lots of people coming to Next Gen. Yeah, look at this. There's going to be like 1 million people here. I can tell you who won't be. If we do a Next Gen Fest, I can tell you who won't be here. None of the shield tubers are invited. Yeah, they're not coming. There's not going to be any fucking snake discovery here, giving demonstrations for little kids. That's not happening. So I need 4 scale thick black. Yeah, we're trying to do it. Because even if you can get a consistent 3 scale thick, like the whole way, dude, that's massive. And I don't mean just on the back pattern. I'm talking about 3 and 4 scale. The goal is hopefully there's enough genetics coming from both sides that they have the connecting black. The black connects from the back diamond to the rosette, and then they have the black that comes under the rosette and connects to the belly skull. So the goal of that breeding, on top of having a somewhat aberrant back pattern, is to have black that connects from the back diamond the whole way to the belly, and we're trying to put 3 to 4 scales thickness of black on that. And if we actually hit that animal will have the most black scales of any normal ever produced in captivity. And that's what fucking selective breeding for polygenic inheritance is. Not this retard shit you're seeing these fucking idiots talk about on the Retic Nation. Fucking morons. Where am I at? Yeah. Put me down for one of each, the blackout and the plus. Dude, I don't know if those will be for sale. And if those are for sale, the Apocalypto Plus are going to be 25 each. And if we actually get what we're hoping for, I mean, they're all going to be nice in the blackout clutch. Don't get me wrong. But if we actually hit a 4 scale, unless we make like 6 of them, there aren't going to be any for sale. And one of those snakes, I don't even know what kind of price tag we'd put on it. I mean, it would probably be less than 5,000, but it would definitely be more than 2,500. Hold on, Andrew's calling me. Hey, what's up? Yeah. Yeah, adult mice. No, they're just gonna bite it. They're just gonna strike at it. Yep. Later. Bye. It was a question on what size of prey I was feeding the Super Moluccas. Okay, where are we at? All right. Holy shit. How I can't even keep up. Why am I getting another fucking ad? Come on, hold on. There we go. Um, yeah, they're gonna be kind of pricey. I'll see how much it costs to get the real. Yeah, yeah. It's I don't know. I'm actually really excited about these clutches of Turnates down at Andrew's house. I'm on it right there. You heard it right there. James is on it. We're gonna be exporting like crazy. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be invite only for that. Yeah, put me down on a solo while I'm there. Yeah, I'll put a deposit down on a solo while I'm there. Um, holy shit! Someone bring a huge snake so I can hold it. All my snakes are mean. So you can't really hold my snakes unless you want to go to the hospital. See, Ryan's flying out. Yeah, yeah. We'd either have it out at my dad's, or we'd have it up at there's a state park called Parker Dam that's like 20 minutes up the road from my house, and they have these cabins, and you can just rent. And dude, they're not much. Hold on, I'll tell you how much these cabins are. Ugh, my fucking neck hurts. Fuck. Ow. Oh, I just got some water bowls in today. I need to put them up on Instagram and in next gen. Dude, they're so cheap. It's less than $20 for 24 water bowls, and they're deep, and the snakes can't flip them. They're fantastic. Damn. Cabin rental. Why can't I spell rental? Come on, get it together, Rodney. Oh, prices. There we go. All right, these are what the hell? It is not free. I hate the fucking internet. Hold on, I'll tell you how much these are. Give me like 2 seconds, or maybe longer, because I apparently don't know how to do anything. Uh, things to do. Yeah, you can go swimming. Okay, come on. How does this not have a website that just gives me the answer to what I want to know? Like, this is absolutely fucking ridiculous. Parker Dam State Park. Are you kidding me? Are you absolutely fucking kidding me? This should have taken me a half a second to get this information. Stay the night at Parker Dam. Well, I think there's actually free. If you want to sleep in a tent, you can do that for free, dude. And there's like pavilions and stuff you can hang out at. Like they got like those like metal grill thingies. So like you can yeah, if you want to sleep in a tent or something, like you can stay out there for free actually. But they do have cabins, so I'd want to get I definitely want to get hold on, here we go. Some cabins. Because we got like 3 or 4 of them. Modern cabins. Shit, and it's like $400 for a week or something. No, I think we don't need it for a week, but yeah, like so like $500 could probably like $500 or $600 would get like 3 or 4 cabins for a weekend. That wouldn't be bad. That wouldn't be bad at all. What is going on? I just did something. I don't know. I'm froze up on my end here. Okay, where are we at? Sleep in my car. Yeah, Ryan. I think Ryan's out in Wisconsin. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I 17,000. Yeah, yeah. If we hit four scales thick on the blackout line, 17K. And I can tell you right now, a fucking pure turn 8 that has black connecting from the back diamond the whole way to the belly, and they're an average of 3 to 4 scales thick the whole way down, that is worth a lot more than a fucking pied super dwarf. If you don't believe me, have Brian Whitehead and Jay Klotz explain polygenics to you. Yep. Cabins plus, yep. Yeah, I'm probably not doing cooking. I don't like cooking anymore. I cooked for 20 years. Yeah, remind me to send you a link. Text me later and I'll send you a link to them. They're fucking awesome. They're like $17 or something, or $18 for 24 of these bulls. And I want to say they're at least 6 ounces, or if not 8 ounces. Yeah, yeah. Water bulls get real expensive, so that's I like scoured fucking Amazon for the best deal, and somehow I came across these, and I just ordered. I just got 48 of them in today, but I think I might go back and get like a couple hundred, just because eventually they're gonna go away. You know, because I'm sure they are a China product. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, who wants to share a tent with Noah? Just don't let him slip anything into your drink. Who wants to get roofied by Noah? First come, first serve. I don't know the plastic ones from Tractor Supply. Yeah, I think Curtis. I think Ryan. I think Curtis is talking to you. I'm not 100% sure. You want a hotel? You want a hotel to come to Next Gen Fest, or you want a hotel if you're gonna get roofied by Noah? You want the high class roofie situation. What is wrong with my shit? Hold on, I gotta refresh. I got the top monitor here running whatchamacallit, Riverside. Then I got my bottom monitor over here running YouTube, and the YouTube one's being a fucking cocksucker. I don't know what's up with my internet lately. It's been being a piece of shit. So that's why I like running this through this. Yeah, what I'll do, I'll just post the link in Next Gen. I'll just post a link. It's actually an affiliate link, so I'll make like 4 cents. So if like a few million people buy them, then I'll be a millionaire. Like it's not now. It's not even like loading. I don't know what's happening. As long as this is all working on your end, that's all that matters. So I've been on here, dude. I've been on here for an hour and a half. So I think I'm gonna call it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call. Oh, there I came back. I think I'm gonna call it. But what I will do now, it's fucking buffering again. I think what I will do is maybe, I don't know, what time is it? Yeah, about an hour they're gonna be on. So I don't know. Do you guys want to come back on? There's like 40 fucking people watching this. Do you guys want? I'll do this if you guys want me to. Do you want me to come back on it in like about an hour, and we'll do a live stream of we'll do a live stream of the live stream. We can do that if you guys want to do that. One last question. What's up? Okay, I'm ready. Yeah, because it might be fun to laugh if people are on there giving them shit. Okay. I'm ready for the question. Hit me with it. Okay, what are the different color phases of turn 8? I know green. Yeah, there's green, and then there's like this red phase that looks kind of similar to the Halma colors, and then there's kind of your standard that's just, they're usually pretty dark, and they got some reds, yellows, oranges mixed in. But the color phases do seem to act in a weird dominant way. Um, and I bred two snakes together a long time ago, and one of them is at Ryan's house. And if you saw that female at Ryan's house and you saw the adults that produced it, you would never think it was even possible. So I do know that those phases are sitting in there somewhere and can come out from two snakes that aren't even expressing it. And I've only done that once, but I got a red phase and a green phase from a single breeding, and they look completely different from the parents. So they also had very different pattern structures than the parents and thickness of black. So you can get a very wide variety out of that stuff. Um, yeah. But those are the three color phases, and I'm actually trying to work on a silver phase too. I think there's the potential for a silver phase, but I don't think the silver phase is going to be like the red and green phases and the normal, what I consider the normal phase. I think those are actual legitimate like genetics that are already in there. I think the silver phase is something I would have to actually create. Your comments are on wait, okay. Your comments are on a forever delay. Clear your cache. Maybe check for updates and restart your PC. I will have to. I will have to look into that. I don't know how to do that. Is there a? Is there a? Is there a YouTube? I'm sure there's a YouTube video to watch on how to do that. And then I'll need to watch that. I know how to clean. Yeah, that's the thing. I know how to clean that on my phone, but I don't know how to clean it on my computer, which is kind of. I'm sure I can figure it out. But yeah, a lot of the buffering is actually. I think it's been the weather. Actually, it's been messing up. Been messing with my connection. So, do you know anyone working with genetic stripes looking for at least two females? What's his face? Why did I just blank on his name? He's on here all the time talking. He's doing all kinds of super dwarf genetic stripe stuff. Yeah. Okay. So I could breed possibly. Yes, I'm going to tell you right now it is possible, but I do think green and reds kind of act in a kind of a weird dominant way. I haven't done enough with those phases because I'm more worried about pattern structure than I am colors. Like a lot of people are worried about colors. I don't really give a fuck about colors if I'm being honest. I do, but not like I care about pattern structure because colors are so much easier to manipulate than pattern structure. So trying to lock in pattern structures is what I'm much more interested in now. Unfortunately, I don't possess Garrett's magic, and I'm not able to just get every gene I want in under 10 years just lined up perfectly. Unfortunately, I don't have some of these professional abilities. Um, so yeah, so I like back pattern structure to me and thickness of black is all it's not all I'm worried about, but it's the main thing I'm worried about, and I'll work out the color shit later, or somebody else can work out the color shit because you know what I mean. Somebody else can figure out how all that shit works. My goal is to put two dots inside every back diamond. While that back diamond comes to a sharp point and has 3 to 4 scales thickness of black and connects to the rosette and connects the way down to the belly scale. So I already have this ridiculous goal of trying to make this snake that doesn't exist, and I'm doing it with no actual morphs. I'm doing it with all polygenic traits, which as soon as I can sit down and have a good conversation with Jake and Brian Whitehead, so I can really understand how to do this, I think that'll help. Okay, if anyone is interested in berms, I have some dwarf berm stuff in the works. Yeah, I bet you there will be. Dude, I passed on Prague Shy like an asshole a long time ago. I should never pass on Prague Shy. I should have got those fucking things in and just kept them, and I'd be, dude, if I had like a bunch of Prague Shy, I'd literally be making like $250,000 a year, like no problem, just off of Prague Shy. All right, I will check it out. I honestly don't know if it's that, or if it's, I kind of have a feeling it's we've been having some pretty shitty weather. There you go. There's a cell. Yeah, I need some jams. I need some jam sauce to nothing like some jam traits to really bring out that thickness of black. Oh, there we go. And male anery posset albino Indo. There you go. Ryan's making some cells. Is it in 90 minutes or is it in 40 minutes? They're in mountain time. Where the hell's mountain? I don't even, where the fuck's mountain time? Whatever that means. I thought it was 7 o'clock. There's Eastern, Central, Mountain, and Pacific, right? Or whatever. And I know certain parts of Mountain, like, I don't know. I don't know how that works. I don't know anything. Like Arizona doesn't change their clocks, or some places do and some places don't. I don't know. I don't know. Did we get a live update? Did we get a live update on this shit? Let me see. Fuck is this? Some dumb bitch. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm running an albino champagne berm to my Prague Shy girl this fall. I guess I can put this up. She laid her first clutch 2 years ago and eggs went bad. Oh, that fucking sucks. Chris is. I don't. Chris. Oh shit. Chris ain't doing it this year. I thought I saw somebody breeding pure jams this year. I'm not sure who though. But I'm at an hour and 40 minutes, so I'm gonna jump off here and go take a break. I'm gonna try to figure out what the hell's gone on with Triple Threat, and then I'll try to jump back on. Yeah. So yeah, we're figuring it out. We're figuring it out. So, but all right, I'll try to jump back on, and we will make fun of everything because that's what we do.